President Trump grants clemency to Alice Marie Johnson before heading to FEMA headquarters with the First Lady in Melania Trump's first public appearance outside the White House in nearly a month following surgery. Hello, everyone. I'm Dana Perino, and this is the Daily Briefing. The president is about to receive a briefing on preparations for the 2018 hurricane season. Earlier, he commuted the life sentence for Alice Johnson, a first-time nonviolent drug offender championed by Kim Kardashian West. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts is live at the White House. The president might just be getting warmed up with these pardons. Is that right, John?
You know, traditionally, Dana, and you remember this, the president typically waits until the end of the year and then hands out a long list of pardons. This president likes to do them every few weeks or so, or at least it seems that way, recently pardoning the famous boxer Jack Johnson, the conservative commentator and filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza, and today issuing that commutation of the sentence for Alice Marie Johnson. Now, just to make the differentiation here, commuting a sentence does not pardon someone. It simply lets them out of jail. You remember from the Bush administration, President Bush commuted the sentence of Scooter Libby, but he did not pardon him. Let's look at how we got here most recently on Alice Johnson. Kim Kardashian came to the White House back on May the 30th to meet with President Trump on it. She was talking about prison reform with Jared Kushner, but also requested that Alice Johnson's sentence be commuted along with several other nonviolent offenders. She's currently serving a life sentence without possibility of parole at the Aliceville Correctional Institution in Alabama. She was convicted of drug conspiracy and money laundering, part of a cocaine trafficking operation in Tennessee in 1996. In commuting her sentence, the White House said in a statement, quote, Ms. Johnson has accepted responsibility for her past behavior and has been a model prisoner for over the past 2 decades. Despite receiving a life sentence, Alice worked hard to rehabilitate herself in prison and act as a mentor to her fellow inmates. The president is also considering a petition for Matthew Charles, a person you'll be familiar with from watching Dana's Fine program here. He sold crack cocaine to an undercover officer in 1996. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison for drug offenses. In 2016, under the Obama administration era rules, Charles received a sentence reduction and was released after serving 21 years. But in 2017, a federal court ruled that Charles's sentence was reduced in error, that he actually was not eligible for the Obama era redefinement of prison terms. And on May 14th, he reported to prison to serve the remaining 14 years of his sentence. Charles had a lot of support from conservatives who feel that his re-imprisonment was an unfair application of the sentencing rules. Dana?
Yeah, I think there is bipartisan agreement on that. So it'll be interesting to see what else comes of those efforts. I know Jared Kushner working hard on that as well. Let me ask you also, Melania Trump is going to join the president at the FEMA briefing this hour. And this will be the first time she's been seen on television in 26 days, which some people seem to think it's been 26 months. I mean, it's really not been that long, people.
Well, you know, here at the White House, things seem to be elongated in terms of time. We like to say that you mark time in dog years here. Every day is 7 days long. Every year is 7 years long. So for the First Lady to be away for a little more than 2 weeks, it does feel like an awfully long time. But she had not been seen in public until Monday night, ever since that operation, that embolization procedure on her kidney at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. That prompted a whole lot of speculation by some news outlets as to what might be going on. But she did appear at a Gold Star Families event with the president on Monday, and then she's going to be traveling to FEMA for the hurricane briefing this afternoon. The president taking a shot at the collective news media for all the speculation surrounding the First Lady, saying, quote, the fake news media has been so unfair and vicious to my wife and our great First Lady, Melania, during her recovery from surgery. They reported everything from near death to facelift to left the White House and me for New York or Virginia, and all the way to abuse. All fake. She is doing really well. So we'll get eyes on the First Lady in person on television for the first time this afternoon, and people can make up their own minds.
All right. Indeed. And I do think that, you know, all of those things were a little bit over the line, but the suggestion of abuse was just way overboard, and I'm glad that he called them out on it. All right. John Roberts, thank you.
Thank you.